Hi guys, let's do today some practice with machine learning, and we start from data processing. Okay, today maybe I'm going to talk about how to process data using Pandas. In the past, we used this object like dataset to download data from Binance, and we used one ticker like Bitcoin USDT, but today we are going to download several tickers like Bitcoin USDT, Ethereum, Litecoin, BNB, XRP, DOT, Cardano, and we're going to download data for the last 30 days for time series with 5 minutes. So what we need to do, let's do it. This cell we define like parameters. It's some good practice for programming when we define the parameters in one cell. Let's replace it here. Okay. So next we need to download data. I did it before. It takes more than 1 minute. Okay, and I would like to show you some idea. Okay, when we download data, we need to create some copy of this data set. Next, we need to split of this data set using day of year. It means using this information, we need to collect this train and test data and split this one. Let's look at this. Here I define day of year. You see, for example, it's number of day. Next, we are going to use group by function to understand what is this time series. Okay, so for example, I'm going to show you how looking our data frame. For example, data set. Okay, and you see, like index we have time, and it's left right of this table, and we have several counts like open, hello, close, volume, and symbol. And you see we have symbol this one, but we need transform this symbol. It's very good practice for you using Pandas, and I would like to show you some tricks. Okay, so we need to do some processing, and when we group by this symbol, we are going to group by this table using this symbol. It means for our ticker cryptocurrency. Next, we need processing this table, and I'm going to print for the last 2 rows for each symbol. Okay, looking, it's look here, but after processing it looks here. Okay, so we have, for example, like index symbol here, Cardano, BNB, Bitcoin. Next is time, and you see, for example, for Cardano we have the last 2 rows with this feature. So the idea is clear, yeah. So we group by symbol, and we used function apply. Next we used lambda, and we are going to print the last 2 rows. But here we have big table, more than 60,000 rows, and the first rows would be for Bitcoin, next would be what is Ethereum, and the last would be DOT. Okay, so the best practice use this approach. So because in the past we used some simple data set, but when you working like data scientist or quantitative researcher, you need to work with big data set, and you need to transform this data set for a different shape to process the data for machine learning or batch size. So you should improve skills in Pandas, because for For example, for neural network, sometimes we need to create some clever batch size, and it would be nice if you'd understand how to process data. It's very important, especially for neural network. When we create some clever batch size and put it in neural network, and when neural network optimize function using gradient, we could find some very nice relationship. Okay, next we need to process this data set, and I would like to explain you how it's working. So we are going to group by this data using symbol like in the previous cell. Next, we need to create target variable. Target variable, for create, we need to call method from Pandas like assign. It means we create new columns. The new columns would be target. And this target, we need to define what would be this target. And we define this target using lambda function. Also, we could use usual function or method, in Python, but this approach would be quickly. We used lambda, and it means we call take close data and shift by -1 because we need to predict future of this price. Next, we need to group by this data by day of year. So we again reshape our table. After this, we need after when you use group by, you need to call some action like apply. And when I call apply, it means I would like to get all columns from this table. And also I'm going to drop missed value, because when we shift our target variables by one block, it means we have some missed value on the last rows. So when we do it, and you see we have this data frame. It's with the correct data frame when we have some rows. You see this time series, and this one, it means we have this time series for each tickers, and it means for our coin, cryptocurrency. And also we have feature, and let's look at maybe like this one would be the best way. Okay, so you see we have symbol Cardano, BNB, Bitcoin, USDT. This we group by days of year, and next it would be next day of year, and we collect this data, and we are going to predict the next value. Looking Cardano, yeah, close. For example, let's look on the Bitcoin BNB USDT. It would be different. So looking BNB, it means close was 400, but next close would be this value, yeah, because it's 10 o'clock. It means 10 minutes, it means 5 minutes. Okay, so and this value, where is okay, this value would be like target our variable. So we are going to predict the next luck. Using this approach, we are going to create some complex data frame compare of previous when we use some simple data frame, because we are going to use all this information to predict this target. Okay, so next we need to split our data set on train and test data. Okay, so to do it, what we need to do? So we need to get all day of years, means here, and we need to calculate unicum days. Let's look in what is the days. I'm going to print it. Where is maybe it would be here. No, let's say print. it would be list array of these days. You see, this is unicum of days for data set, and we need split these days to train and test data. It would be whole day for train data set and whole day for test data set. Okay, so when we do it, we are going to correct this information about by split. It would be some coefficient, and we define this coefficient in parameters. It means 0.8, it means 80% on train data and 20% data for test. Okay, so we create this coefficient. It means train days, test days. Okay, let's print to explain what is, for example, train days. It's easy. You see, this is data for train. Test data, test days, it would be this one. Okay, so it's very easy, and we're going to test this, some machine learning algorithms this day. Next, we need to use create data frame using this coefficient. It's very easy. We have variable day of year, and we used is in. It means we take all data from this data frame when we have this train days. We achieve this data frame using this method like is in. Okay, let's check again. Okay, let's call this one information. Okay, and we do it. I would like to show you how it's working. Okay, train, where is, one second. Okay, you see this data frame. It's our target, open, hello, close, volume, and day of year. And you see, so we split this data. Next, we need to delete some columns. Okay, for those columns, we need to create X train and Y train, and we need to delete for X train target variables, and also let's delete this information like day of year and symbol. To achieve this, what we need to do, we need to mark this one like this. We need delete of year and symbol. Okay, let's check. It's correct name. Yeah, it's correct name. Okay, and the same. We need day of year, and another symbol we need to drop it symbol. Okay, so you see we create train days with 5 variables because it's open, hello, close, volume, and for test day it would be also the same number of columns. I print it using X train and convert this data to NumPy using values. It would be some array of NumPy with some shape, and I would like to print this shape. The first element, it would be rows, number of rows. The second element would be a number of columns. And when we drop our data, some columns we need to indicate like axis 1. It means we delete it by column. Also, you could use 0, but if you are going to delete it by rows, but in this case we should use 1. And this one will indicate our test. So this is some simple way I would like to try it to test, because I got some message from my subscriber and I tried to find balance in code iteration between beginner level and advanced level. So what I'm going to do, to show you how to create a data set using multiply of cryptocurrency tickers, and we're going to use this data set to train our machine learning. And next step, we're going to process our data set by standard deviation, because we need to scalar our data, because it's very important. Because you see we have different values, different format of this ticker, because some tickers with price like this, some tickers with big price. And from machine learning, especially for when we are going to solve a regression problem, it's not good. Also, it's normal situation if we used, for example, random forest algorithm. It's okay when we could split some logic by node, and it's okay. But in general, we should scale our data set, and I'm going to show you in the next how to do it. And we do some step by step. We're going to create some machine learning strategy and test it. I would like to show you how to create how to solve the regression problem of trading. We create a different type of models and compare these models, because I would like to show you some logic how to work and solve trading problem using machine learning. So guys, thanks for watching this video, and see you next time. And also subscribe on my YouTube channel. Bye.